Welcome everybody to the final match of the day. The decider is the rematch of the opener number 2. It's Death Aura as the playground and the players are spawning. Number 1 in the top left hand corner, Marsman for Archangel Gaming, and he's heading into the game with the gateway. In the bottom right hand corner, his opponent representing the ePunks. Here we go with Garitos, the one that was winning before with the 2-1 victory. Very intense game. Let's see if we can get a series like this again. Okay, it's Cybercore. Yeah, I mean, tech choices will be there for Marsman earlier. I guess with the positioning, I kind of would call it's going to be Stargate, right? Okay, he's keeping it a secret for now. Third base for Garitos is on the way. It's halfway done already. And Stargate it is. So yeah. But do we see a Void Ray? I guess so, right? Yeah. Alright. Overlord tries to get a little bit of a scout at least. Sees some worker here. And doesn't get seen by the worker themselves. So he doesn't even have the higher ground, but he's flying, so kind of has the better vision here. And therefore might be going in and see the Stargate then. Okay, Queen tries to deal with the Adept. Second Queen is on the high ground. Zerglings will just follow the Adept, more or less, yeah. Zergling speed halfway done. And yeah, there's the Overlord coming in. Oh, he doesn't see it here. Oh, wait. It looks so exhausting if you see an Overlord moving, guys. And there we go. He sees the Void Ray. He sees that something else is building here. So, yeah. He can already kind of expect what's coming out. And what we expect is the Spore Crawlers, and they are actually already on the way. One is finished, one just started, and I guess one more might not even be there with 2 queens, but yeah, then he just starts it. That's the caster's call, right? Okay, Oracle follow-up. A little bit of a supply block in the meantime for Garitos, with losing the second Overlord. And you can see that the Void Ray is looking for more stuff to actually kill right there at the back side of this. Maybe killing an Overlord that was looking for potential drops or oracles to fly in. But there you see... yeah, doesn't want to go in Spore range. That's a surprise, right? Okay, Zergling's going across. There is the depth, so you just get away from this. And the probe goes down. Doesn't go for the pylon though. In the bottom we have a second Oracle joining the first one. While there are 2 Adepts here. Alright. So I guess attack into main base and third as once. Okay, actually going for the third. Okay, that looks quite nice already. Oh, the second Oracle though. Okay, there's the Adepts coming in. 5 kills. I guess that looks good, right? That was alright for Marsman with this push, I guess. And he drops the next base. Goes for a lot of gateways though, besides this. Also going for the good old Warp Prism. Doesn't have a Twilight Council yet though. Okay, +1 range attack for Garitos. Going for roaches now, so I kind of expect there to be Hydra then as soon as he finishes the the upgrade of the hatchery. So next base for Garitos is there. Oracles will scout this right now. And we have the push coming in from the bottom, from the left hand side. So yeah, some more worker kills, that's nice. Garitos still leading though, so it's not too big of a problem. More roaches are going to be there soon. The weapons will be there. This looks pretty much good for Marsman, I guess. If he gets the right force fields in, he has the high ground vision with oracles and also the warp. And okay, he gets 2 queens. That's the start of the fight. The weapons might come in from the bottom left. But this already looks pretty powerful. I mean, the force fields were good. One was maybe wasted, but I think one wasted force field in a push like this is a very, very powerful position to be in. And yeah, you see he's taking down the base. Yeah, there's the cancel. And Garitos. I mean, he's sitting on a pretty decent work account now. With more than, yeah, with 67 at the moment. And he's finally adding the Hydra list then. Marsman not feeling that he can get in. I don't know. Maybe they're with good force fields and splitting the army nicely. I guess there would have been a chance. But yeah, you see War Prism going into the main, but Garitos has that in mind. Nothing's going to happen here. Okay, Queen tries to take this down, but it's going to get away. Okay, all the scout on the right hand side. Wait, was this scouted by the Oracle in the end? No, no. No. The Oracle is still... Oh, the War Prism is still here, sorry. And this one is not scouted. And there's going to be another scout right here at the bottom, though. And he potentially scouts this one, and this might be big. Because Garitos had something in mind that is not happening right now. Okay, this is a good catch for Garitos as well. But he was building quite a few units here. Okay, some force field getting triggered. That's good for Garitos as well. This is the Overlords. But it's mostly fake. On the other side, Adepts are getting not warped in, but dropped into the mineral line there. Okay, so he can get away with 3 in the end. Still, if that would have been worked, it would have been really nice for Garitos. But I smell another intense series between those two here. Okay, Oracle comes in one more time. Scouts this base. In the meantime, Garitos is going over to the left and also has some units over to the right hand side of his next expansion. Yeah, one more Stalker taken out. Revelation here. War Prism getting away from this. And on the right hand side, there's the defensive force of Garitos. I like that move. In the meantime, Marsman is moving out. He's also taking on the rocks over here. Marsman doesn't know. Okay, now he knows. Never mind. Oracle goes down though. Okay, so it's 135. So it looks quite nice. Okay. The Templars getting some good storms. Oh well. How does this look to you guys? Garitos adding some lurkers now. He's losing 10 workers. So where can he go in? Okay, is this a position you want to join? Is there any observer even on the map? Yeah, 1. But that's just starting on the other side. While we also have a chunk of the army going for the wall, which forces his opponent to go back. And then over here, this doesn't look good at all. We have the War Prism being there, and he can save some of the units. But in the end, I have to admit, good attack, good thinking of Garitos. He was like, alright, I'm going to hold this with just lurkers, and I can send over some units to the other side and force the recall. And that is what he did. Okay, he forces some burrows, but he's going around this as well. So it works out exactly the way Garitos wants it to be, I guess. And he's even going to the high ground. Man, he's trying to surround this 100%. Okay, Revelation is getting called. Storms are going to be there. In the base we have the model going down. The storms are really good. Marsman actually taking the lead right now in terms of army supply. So Garitos needs to be careful. I mean, he's losing a lot of stuff. All the storms are getting used in the units. So he's reinforcing now. While there's a Zealot run by at the bottom as well. Not too many workers going down, but still very annoying. On the left hand side we have another base for Marsman. We have another base for Garitos right here as well. And it might be time for another attack for Marsman soon. He took down the base, so he's fine in that regard. His opponent is back to 3 and building base. And I guess he's going to right click this. Yep, he does. And there's the cancel. So this makes it a 3 against 4 base setting for Garitos. And Marsman finds himself in a kind of comfortable spot. Okay. Choke points you want to avoid here, I guess. And also +3 attack is on the way. For the lurkers or for the range units in general. What's this? That's the War Prism going into the main base. But there's Queens. So he's going to be fine. And he's not going to get it though. Okay, left hand side again. Yeah, very good unburrow move here by Garitos. And yeah, next fight is coming in. Oh well, oh well. Good storming position though. I mean, it's not too many Templars left, right? It's 3 only. So it must be like, what is it? 4 more storms? It's not too many. On the left hand side we have some chunk of the army going over. Maybe forcing another recall again. Garitos being ahead. He's also ahead in terms of tech as we can speak. Like 3-0. Yeah, 3-0 against 1-0. And he might actually just deal some damage here that his opponent might not expect. And this will be a very comfortable position. Okay, we have some cannons here that can deal some damage, and they will also reveal the units. And he's always getting caught from all the sides. Oh, Garitos is losing a big part of his army here. Trying to get some damage dealt from the right hand side in the end, but oh, the lurkers are still alive. That's a little bit of a pity here as well for Marsman. So we end up with, yeah, Marsman having an okay force, I would say. Does he even have an observer left? He had 2 of those. Oh, the immortals though. Oh, he gets the 1. The lurkers coming in from the backside again. And it's just the back and forth. I really like the fight of both teams, I was about to say. Both players. Okay, base at the bottom has been replaced. So it's 4 base against 4 base. At least in terms of production, that's good for Garitos. But yeah, he has to find the position to actually fight Marsman now. And Marsman is the one in the lead, or in the position to attack into his opponent. +2 is just finished. Carapace is going to finish, or +1 at least. Carapace for Garitos also finishing in a second. And we see the transition is coming in, guys. 2 more Stargates, and we have a carrier on the way. Nidus is going over to the other side though, so Garitos is going to actively check out what's going to be over here. So you can see, oh, and we see Marsman going back immediately. He's actually getting a glimpse of this, right? Yeah, he sees the Nidus here. And this Nidus is not going to finish. Alright, Nidus in the main base though. 1 more, guys. 1 more. Spire is starting now for Garitos. Zealot's coming over. There's the carrier as well. Shouldn't be too bad for Marsman. Alright. Run by at the bottom center. Marsman's army also being here. 20 army supply lead for the Protoss right now. And yeah, he's just sacrificing Zealots because I guess it's going to just go for carriers now. But they are scouted, so at least Garitos knows he has the Spire on the way, so he's going to build some Corruptors, I guess, kind of soon. Oh wait, main base drop as well. 6 workers down, Queen down. Lots of Zealots as a trade. At the same time though, he's standing right in front of the base, while Garitos is losing some Queens here, also not having all of his army in position. So it feels like Marsman is getting good attacks all over the place, like going for the run by, going for the drop. Yeah, I guess it's alright. Okay, he unburrows and tries to get something done here. The base though is other interceptors. Okay, not even 50 HP, but it survives. Okay, more Prism comes in again. So, next wave of Zealots coming in. Nothing happening here. Okay. This is going to be defended. That's not that big of a question. But on the left hand side we have the next push getting together, it seems. Here we go. And that's, yeah, 4 carriers, some Archons. He's clearing the creep for a second here. First Corruptors are with the army as well though. And we also have some Vipers in the production. None on the field though. And yeah, you see all these storms into the Corruptors, but they don't do too much. Looks alright for Garitos for now. Okay, he takes down the Observers. That's actually very nice against, or for using his own Lurkers here. And Zealot run by Plant. We have a War Prism at the right hand side. But yeah, this base is going to go down. It's not going to get up. Hopefully it's a cancel for Garitos. Yes it is. Yeah, at least keeps the probe alive anyways. The drone. So yeah, next Nidus at the top. But if everything is in the Nidus, this is going to be a big problem on the left. Because there's a lot of carriers here arriving. Carrier arrives. This is so dumb. Yeah, but let's see how it's going to end. Oh, some nice feedbacks, but some of them on the Overseers, so they are not that important. Okay, Knight is coming in over here. We have the next base for Marsman at the direction top right. Yeah, this one is mined out, obviously. Main base as well. Third base just has 4 left, but let's take a look at this. Oh, the storms go nowhere. He needs to focus the carrier, though. Oh man, this was a good fight for Marsman, I feel. He also takes down the base. There's no cancel. Oh, that's a pity. And Marsman also takes the base on the left. So yeah, it looks pretty good for Marsman, I have to admit now. I like this Nidus play with the Lurkers, which kind of reminds me of Swarm Host, but it's next level. And yeah, cannons and I guess shield batteries will follow in this location. Oh, can you get the pylon? Focus the pylon. Oh no, all the zealots come through. Okay, army is on the right hand side. 2 spores can't do a thing against this. Not at all. But oh, that's good. 1 abduct at least. Second one used to get out 1 of the carriers. So at that ratio, I guess that's going to be bad traits for Garitos. And you can see this Protoss Air Army with +2 attack upgrades at least. You can see also there's observers in here. So the lurkers get taken down one by one. Garitos is falling behind. Supply after supply. There we go with a good abduct. But will this be enough? I kinda doubt it. Okay, right click, focus on the carriers, focus on the Void Ray. And now he has to go back home. And the thing is, we have some storms raining down, so this is actually taking down some interceptors, I guess. But yeah, Garitos is falling behind more and more in terms of supply. GG is called, and Marsman is taking the lead. Map number 2 in the series this time differs from the second map of the first series that they played today. This time it's going to be Juggernaut, and we're starting in the bottom left hand corner. Match point for the Protoss in red for Archangel Gaming. It is Marsman. Starting with a gateway. Surprise. And in the top right, there we go, with the Zerg player. He did it one time already today. In the first match they played, he was down one map and he won. Let's see if he can get it done right here. Garitos for the ePunks. Down one map. Okay, so the pool was delayed there a little bit. Sneaky Marsman just trying to get some moves in. And it will be interesting to see. I'm pretty sure that Marsman will go with the Stargate play again because it worked out. Why wouldn't you change this? But yeah, we have to get the pylon in the back. Yeah, should be Stargate. If he's going to be sneaky, then maybe he's actually adding 2 Stargates. And just goes for more than just the usual stuff. Evo Chamber, alright. So I guess +1 attack then for Garitos. Oh, it's a robo build. Alright. Well, let's see. What is he planning on doing with the robo? Maybe Adepts? Maybe Zealots? I guess not Stalkers. Maybe Disruptors? So there's a lot of possibilities. I mean, it feels like Protoss has a lot of possibilities, but yeah. Most of the possibilities are kind of easy to counter at some point. If you're not hitting the right timing, most of it is easy to counter, but if you're hitting the timing, guys, we all know that's the moment where people start writing Protoss into the chat, because 1 out of 5 times the timing push had worked. Okay, Observer first. Shield battery. So what's the plan? War Prism, alright. On the other side, by the way, third base is going up. We have +1 attack and Zergling speed on the way. So maybe the plan might be sniping the third base that Marsman might be going for. Okay, and second Stargate comes in. Or 2 Stargates, I should say. It's not the second one, it's 2 at the same time. So the transition should be there. The Stalker is going to prevent the Scout. We have the Robo Scout right here, which gives Garitos a wrong impression about what is going on. At the same time, we have just 1 shield battery. And could we see a big wave of Zerglings? With the +1, maybe with Banelings as well? Nope. I guess not, since we have the good old Roachborn coming in. And that might not be well aligned then. Double Phoenix, guys. Oh man, I like this move. I like double Phoenix. Let's see if it's going to work. We haven't seen this today, so... Oh wait, did we? I'm not really sure, to be honest. But I like Phoenix, so let's see if Marsman can make it work. Or if Garitos will just make this a little bit of a problem for Marsman. I mean, with just building Zerglings, I saw this happening... What was it? I think it was Rotterdam versus Kiras earlier in the tournament, where Rotterdam was just going for a lot of Phoenix, but then Kiras was going for a big Zergling Baning counter aggression, just busting the wall and taking down a lot of stuff in Roddy's base, which, yeah, he could not fight that well with just Phoenix, and he had to whop in a lot of stuff and was going for a Zealot Charge and DTs, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yeah, he flies over to the left, wants to avoid the scout as long as possible. Okay, first queen down. Second queen lifted as well. Spore Crawler trying to reburrow. And then, yeah, I mean, it's reburrowed, but there's a lot of stuff to do. We also have the Spire on the way, but yeah, taking down Overlords might be a pretty damn good thing here. Okay, some more workers, and it looks so good. I mean, Garitos, what do you want to do now? Overlord also will be taken down. 7 workers down. That's exactly the situation in the game as well. We have a pylon here for taking the third from Marsman. Not going to happen right now. And it's a lot of Zerglings. That's actually what I was expecting. But with force fields available and no Banelings, I think that's more or less impossible, right? Okay, Spiner finishes, so that's something at least. Oh, come on, just drop a creep tumor. It's not like your queens don't have energy. Alright, so Marsman at least was kept to 2 bases, which helps Garitos a little bit. Oh, just wasn't able to take the worker out. On the right hand side we have the Phoenix waiting, so they will be going to the main base. There's 2 spores, but I think he's still going to get in like 5, 7, 8, even more kills. And I guess it's going to be even more than that. Oh boys, it's 8, 9, 10, 11, oh, wow. Very good. On the other side, we have some Zerglings, but they can't do that much. We have Corruptors coming over as well. That must be a waypoint. That shouldn't be here. Because with some damage dealt on them, I guess the Phoenix are going to start looking, right? Yes, they do. So, 3 of those will be taken out before they can do anything. Oh, transfuse. Okay, 1 is going to be alive. Still, Garitos can't really get a worker count up. It's like 42 now. That's not good. Just added 2 more gases, so it was going down even. And 1 more. Some roaches and some roaches and corruptors are in production, but it feels very good for Marsman already, with the 3rd base on the way and the Phoenix on the left-hand side, looking for the next attack again. And he's just going for the workers. Like, as you see, I mean, he's losing quite a few Phoenix now. The number of units to fight against this for Garitos is getting bigger and bigger. But on the other hand, let's take a look at this. Potentially just going in because he was expecting a base over here, which is not the case. On the left-hand side, it's some Corruptors, alright. And here we go. Stalkers on creep, guys. Okay, we have some force fields with the army, so that is pretty nice. We have some Corruptors here, so you can... Oh boy, but yeah, needs to be careful. Some queens can be lifted, but let's see what he can do. On the left-hand side, there's a blink over there. We have the Phoenix trying to help as good as he can. with the lifts. And you can see the army supply going over to Marsman pretty much. Good force fields to just keep everything inside of the main base. But there's not that much left anyways. Let's take a look at the unit tab, and it's 11. It's 9 zealots, zerglings, and some corruptors. And it's 31 stalkers right now. The roaches will be popping soon. Or some at least, but yeah, they're just running through this and they can't do a thing. There is a counter aggression on the other side. He's trying to get one Nexus sniped, but on the other side we have one hatchery going down. And I think that's pretty bad for Garitos. And there's the XD. Let's interpret that as a GG. And Marsman is going to win the second map. And therefore the 2-0 victory for Marsman, who advances to the finals.